Hi. Hi, guys. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much for that beautiful worship team. And sound people. We love you, Jeff, and family. I wish I could have been more of a part of that worship because it was fire. But I was working on this Torah portion because I kept falling asleep while I was working on it last night and didn't finish it. But it was awesome. The part I heard was amazing. This Torah portion is between Numbers chapter 13 through 15, verse 41. I have a quick question for everybody. Who doesn't like real questions? I like real questions. They make me feel so secure and confident and put together. Don't they make you feel that way? Yeah. Does anybody here look forward to Sukkot when it's starting to come around the corner? I do. No, it's not over. That wasn't the real question. Does anybody wish we could sell our homes and camp 24/7, 365 days a year? Yes, right? Yeah. I know you do. For the children of Israel, of Abraham, the promised land was on the horizon. Their babies would finally sleep in homes. Because babies, they don't sleep well in a tent. At all. Really. And how easy is it to break away from those babies and go fellowship while they're asleep? Because you have all these things go through your head about what's, going to go wrong if you just step 5 feet away. Okay, so the baby monitors are a must. But get good ones because the mountains are not friendly to those. For the children of Israel, it was on the horizon. Because they didn't even have to build homes. They could just move right in. They were already built. Yahweh commanded Moses to send spies before the great multitude and search out the land and see what kind it was. He already knew what it was. Men in authority were sent, princes, not people who were necessarily great spies, like who had military training and being spies. Why? Princes were sent from every tribe, people who would have been heard and respected, so that the community could take heart from a truthful report about the land, which was just as good and rich as God had told them it would be. All but Joshua and Caleb out of 12 failed to perform this simple job. For 40 days, their eyes, all the spies, drank in the richness and bounties God had promised to their father Abraham 430 years ago. Talk about a buildup. At last, he'd prepared a table before them in the presence of their enemies. But the feast which God had prepared was not to the majority's liking. And they refused to partake at his table. He had been cooking this for 430 years. And when he sat his kids down at the table, they're like, the 12 princes returned and gave their report. We cannot attack these people because they're stronger than we. They spread among the children of Israel a bad report about the land they had explored, saying, the land which we passed to explore devours its residents. All the people we saw there are men of great size. This moved the people to lose faith in God, their shepherd, and they again cried out to appoint a leader and return them to slavery in Egypt, because that's so much better than fighting giants. Because of this, all of the 10 princes besides Joshua and Caleb died of the plague in Yahweh's presence for moving the whole congregation against the land of their inheritance. However, Joshua, son of Nun, and Caleb, son of Jephunneh, who were among those who had explored the land, tore their clothes. They said to the whole assembly of the children of Israel, the land through which we pass is an exceptionally good land. If Yahweh is pleased with us, he will lead us into that land and give it to us. A land flowing with milk and honey. Only don't rebel against Yahweh, and don't be afraid of the people of the land. They will be food for us. The protection over them is gone. Yahweh is with us. Do not fear them. Caleb was then blessed with supernatural youth, strength, and longevity. He would live through the 40-year wanderings of Israel. And as an 80-year-old man, go to war, he says, with the strength of a youth that he had 40 years prior. Joshua would also be blessed with long life and would take up the mantle of Moses, who was unlike any prophet before or after him, as the scripture says, whom God spoke with intimately as to a friend. The whole community said, if only we had died in Egypt, if only we had died in this wilderness. Why is Yahweh bringing us to this land to fall by the sword? Our wives and children will be like plunder. Wouldn't it be better for us to return to Egypt? They said to each other, let's choose a leader and go back to Egypt. Leaders, you are big sisters, big brothers, mothers, fathers, husbands, managers, mentors, friends, and Christians. Most all of us are leaders here. I appeal to each of you and command my own heart to take charge and lead those looking to us with love and holiness as Christ.